What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another Duran Duran cover from their 1997 tribute album that Izzy has given me access to. And indeed, a lot of the album is comprised of Southern California ska punk groups. I'm going to go through those tracks first, and indeed, I'm jumping ahead a little bit in the album because although the next tune, which is covered by the Deftones, I do know the Deftones, but I don't know them as well as I know Real Big Fish. So I thought I'd jump ahead to this one, in part because not only was I thinking of doing that anyway, but then Izzy mentioned that their cover of Hungry Like the Wolf is one of the more interesting covers on the album, so I figured I'd go ahead to this one. Yeah, Real Big Fish, it's another group like Homegrown, where I know them, I remember them on compilations. A couple of my friends were a little bit more into them than I was, so they're a group that I heard, but I never followed like super closely. I am aware that they did a song called Sell Out, which got a little bit of like mainstream attention, and I think it was like played on MTV. I believe they were in that, what was that movie, Basketball, I think it's called. I think they were in that movie, and I think maybe that brought them a little bit more mainstream attention. So yeah, they're one of the ska punk bands that I think sort of broke through a little bit. As far as I know, I did look this up on Discogs. I believe their most recent album is 2018. It seems like there's been a lot of turnover in the band, but it does seem like the main sort of songwriter and sort of, kind of cornerstone of the band has been there the whole time. So, yeah, again, it's a group I know a little bit, not a whole lot, but if you grew up in Southern California and you were into ska and punk in the 90s, there's no way you didn't hear that name at some point. So yeah, we're going to listen to their cover of Hungry Like the Wolf. I mentioned before... not even I mentioned before, those of you who know the Duran reaction history on the channel will know that that song was sort of my reconnection to Duran after many, many years. I had some 80s vinyl and I had started to do reactions to Depeche Mode. I had done, I think, one to Erasure. And I was just looking to, sort of reconnect with some other old groups that I knew. And I saw the copy of Rio that I had in my 80s vinyl collection. I was like, oh, you know what? I want to, I got to check this out again. Hear Hungry Like the Wolf and hear Rio again. So in a way, the song is not only, a classic hit that I remember from my childhood, but it has a sort of special place to me now because it was sort of the beginning of, what this channel has become since then. So, yeah, bottom line, I'm interested to hear what Real Big Fish are going to do with it, but let's check it out. This is Real Big Fish's cover of Hungry Like the Wolf on the 1997 Duran Duran tribute album.
Now, if you will, gentlemen, let's put the song into perspective just so you guys can understand where I'm coming from when I sing this.
Okay.
It's that the woman is the hunted, the animal. And when I catch her, being the predator, the hunter,
it's like
I'm going to kill her. Maybe not kill her, but, you know what I mean. You silly guys, a little bit of hot nookie, a little bit of pinch and squeal, whatever, however it goes. We're animals, right? We're out of control. We're fierce animals. Crazy. That's what I'm saying. Let's do this song.
Hilarious. Oh.
Dark in the city and the night is a wire. Steam in the subway and the earth is
It's like...
Woman, you want me, so give me a sign.
kind of like lounge lizard
Just a
stuff.
moment. And it's too close to hide. I'll be upon you on the moon. Heart blood drumming on your skin, it's so tight. I feel my heat in just a moment. Oh yeah, all right now. We touch the ground. I'm on a hunt, I'm after you. Not like a sound, I'm lost in a crowd. And I'm hungry like the wolf.
The song lends itself well to a ska rhythm. Oh, right as I say that.
Like the wolf. Do it.
jazz ska. It is from the original. Articulated differently. He was going like crooner style at the end
Well, I'm
there.
hungry, baby. Was that too much? I never know.
Wow. You know what's fascinating about that? It felt like it went through a few different like flavors of ska. There was like that sort of like lounge lizard style, and then it was kind of like improvisational jazz. He was even doing like a scat, and then by the end it had that whatchamacallit, what was the flavor right at the end? I forgot what the flavor right at the end was. The like crooner style, sort of like a like a Sinatra or something, or in more recent years Harry Connick Jr., if you will. But yeah, it had sort of like a crooning style to the singing delivery. So it was interesting the way, and it felt like it was not only covering the song, but also sort of like, we'll give it to you in a few different formats. It was obviously like a comedy approach to the tune. And I think that's sort of, par for the course for them. I think a lot of their songs kind of have that, like, we're joking around, we're having fun, even though we're singing songs. They're definitely not like a, heavy, like, politically muckraking sort of group. It's definitely more of like a fun, kind of quirky, comedy-based sort of affair. So yeah, I felt like the song, as I understand their style, fit very much into what I would expect. But yeah, a cool tune. I'll say still my favorite is probably Planet Earth, the homegrown cover. I've liked all of them so far, and again, I was like especially inclined to like the Goldfinger one because I really do enjoy their opening album. I listened to it a lot back in the day, so this came out, or their cover on this album came out a year after that, so it's very much the sound I remember from them. But yeah, all things considered, of the first four I've heard, I'd say I still give Planet Earth the nod in terms of the best one so far. But we're going to go through the rest. Again, there's some more ska ones on here. There's some covers from some other bands and some other styles. So we'll go through the whole thing eventually. But yeah, once again, shout out to Izzy. Let me know what you think of this cover. I'll see you next time. Peace.